Hello, my dear friends. Let me introduce myself. My name is Anna Abramova. I'm an architect and philosopher. I have no science degree, but my curiosity and need to explain all knowledge that I'm getting as zip files from spiritual consciousness realms made me learn science on my own. Yes, I had to translate all downloads into the words and meanings that are above average knowledge. It explains why I'm here. I don't have any titles and I'm free to use my consciousness out of the box. I can afford to experiment with the ideas and theories. And yes, I'm reading my own text because my English is not perfect yet and it is hard for me to keep a nice narration without paper. I'm starting to share profound knowledge about the connected universe. I will tell you lots of things about interactions and ways how the dots connected each other. This knowledge will change our science and philosophical paradigm along with the meaning of our life. Today we have a great opportunity to look at the connected consciousness of the universe through two perspectives, science and spiritual perceptions. We at this moment build two wings to support our way of cognition, now rational and irrational ways to comprehend the world intertwine as DNA chains. Let's not miss our opportunity to evolve because we know the state of existence depends on the state of mind of the observer. Lots of things science will not be able to confirm today, but science will not be able to refute them either. I will let you about many profound things which will impact the way we're looking at our life, at the universe itself, but in order to comprehend it, at first, we will have to accept the knowledge about our spiritual and intellectual evolution toward the highest level of united God consciousness, consciousness of the Creator. If we are accepting our biological evolution, we have to look for its source. And the source of our bioevolution lays in the algorithm of the universe. The universe itself fructifies consciousness. Have you ever thought about? You will ask how it works. Simple. Everything is created in an image of God and reflects some of His parts. Our DNA has two opposite directed chains. These chains represented two opposite directions of the universe. Centrifugal force represents expansion from the center of the universe. Centripetal force represents compression to the center of the universe. If these vectors will lay parallel, they will annihilate, cancel each other per Newton's third law, right? This is why everything in cosmos intertwines. The spin has different explanation and we will get there in the future. But today we will talk about these two forces which are responsible for the heartbeats of the universe and the fluctuations, of course. The expansion of the material universe is balanced with the compression of consciousness to the center of the universe into oneness, a singularity from all kinds of existence among the universe itself. There is concentration of global consciousness at the focal center of the universe, and there are many dots, speckles, and golden dust among the universe body are representing local consciousnesses of all kinds, like a reflection of the relationship between a big black hole and countless black holes of the quantum world. And that relationship between global consciousness and local consciousnesses represents a balanced system of the absolute. Absolute keeps its balance of interaction. Whatever comes into singularity has to unfold new creation for future evolution. And there is a big rule in the universe: create only from your full potential of unity and singularity. And before that, learn how to come into harmonic resonance and likeness with balance of the absolute. Now you already see many parallels in the rhythm of living organism and the universe itself. Can you hear heartbeats, inhale and exhale of the universe? There are much more things in the resonance than you can imagine. Just see and feel the beauty of the creation. Everything is entangled and synchronized in cycles at all different levels, dimensions, and scales of the creation. You know that the highest level of consciousness uses God's algorithm to create fabric and matter of the universe for its expansion. We see galaxies, stars, planets. All of that was created as the dwellings for the local consciousness's development. The result of creation represent expansion of the universe. The acceleration of the universe expansion happened not as inflation of universe energy, as we thought. It has a purpose of beginning for consciousness development and evolution among the creations. The united absolute God represents global consciousness and center, focal center, which falls into itself of global fractal consciousness, the central black hole. All local consciousnesses are coming out as a result of God's creation, and they are evolving toward Him from different states of self representation. How many of us are there? Countless. We are dots, spots, speckles, golden dust in God's fractal of the united consciousness of the universe. The center of the fractal represents endless unity for evolving local consciousnesses that come into the oneness, which flow into the center of fractal in action of creation. The unity itself evolved through many black holes of galaxies in the order to be united in a central point of the universe itself. Then the oneness as singularity come out of the universal black hole in the form of the united field to create and become entangled in multidimensional levels with the fabric of the cosmos. This fabric represented small black holes in a quantum world. It looks like a dynamic fractal when the main cosmos torus contains many small toruses on different levels and dimensions. This is how God can put together the puzzles of the creation by using codes, words, and algorithms. We definitely will talk about in the future. Today we have to understand and accept the algorithm of the creator. There are two states of self-representation for consciousnesses. The first state is the reason and cause of everything to be, the creator. The second state in consequence of stack evolution toward creator, the user. The users use their power of mind to tap in energy source. The main goal of the users is to find the source and parasitize on it, dreaming in delusion and about infinite life. All users live in duality because they have to hunt, fight, and strive for the resources. They are using polarity for power transferring. Their life goals are too simple and primitive, comparable to the life goals of the creator's algorithm. Let's see how the creator acts. The creator designed dwellings, which are planets, stars, galaxies, and the universe itself for consciousness development and evolution. He creates balanced dwellings by using polarity of poles, plus and minus. And of course, the creator never gets lost in duality by looking for a source. He always resourceful. He is the source in creating resources. One of his algorithms is concentration on true self-expression to create conditions for fruition of sources and consciousnesses. He creates focus point by using a balance of gravitation, electromagnetic, strong and weak forces. Listen, the strong and weak forces represent planetary star galaxy axis. The gravitational and electromagnetic force work as a compression and expansion as a centripetal force and centrifugal force to form the cosmic body, for example, planet, and its electromagnetic field on the axis. You can see the axis as a spine with a material body and an electromagnetic field on it. Do you see the similarity in algorithm of the universe, cosmic bodies creation, and us? Now it's time to look at our goals and at our manifestations as consciousness being. Why do we not concentrate our cognition power on algorithm of the creator? Instead of it, we are spending most of our time earning the money source to live. Please consider this as an idea for your thoughts and research. I'm sure as soon as you will change your point of view to cognize and comprehend this world, you will understand that we have to create a balanced algorithm of beginning and the end as a complete meaning which can contain within itself the holistic purpose for our civilization. I want you all to know that you have your personal pyramid of consciousness power. The base of the pyramid, which is square, represents matter, which is body, energy, knowledge, and self-manifestation. There are four corners and four phenomena. The top of the pyramid is the highest God, Creator's consciousness as an essential present of you. Altogether, as a pyramid, it is your state of evolving consciousness in the relationship of global and local levels of self-representation. Can you believe it? Can you express it in the new ways of our civilization's manifestation? I want you all to know that you have your personal pyramid of consciousness power. The base of the pyramid, which is square, represents matter, which is body, energy, knowledge, and self-manifestation. There are four corners and four phenomena. The top of the pyramid is the highest God, Creator's consciousness as an essential present of you. Altogether, as a pyramid, it is your state of evolving consciousness in the relationship of global and local levels of self-representation. Can you believe it? Can you express it in the new ways of our civilization's manifestation? The Old Testament in Bible and Torah scripture show the story how chosen people couldn't cross the threshold of the door into human evolution. They couldn't accept the straight relationship with higher self-representation as God because of missing links. They couldn't understand the oneness in one big cycle of consciousness evolution. Those people asked for the king over them, the intermediary. They had no idea about spiritual and consciousness human evolution. They were looking for a solution among existing forms of power and society. They didn't ask for new meanings or new understandings of life. And that was a bifurcation point, the point of no return that created a time loop for postponement of our evolution. The problem was the absence of the awareness of human consciousness evolution into God through interaction with Him as with our next state of self-manifestation. People ignored the fact how such interaction gave the prophets many benefits to develop their consciousness. They saw it all, but they couldn't change themselves from user and exploiter, slave driver state of mind to the creator and lover of the humanity. Looks like humanity needed that experience. Now we have to learn how to resolve it and consciously participate in comprehension of this task. Could you imagine how many intermediaries who stay in the way of human evolution have to change their way of life perception? Can you see restrictions within yourself? Can you see the user and exploitation mindset within? Can you see God, creator within? This is a good example that our civilization is a space of free choice of life path. We are not limited to nature cycles. We are not a forest fauna where a seed that has fallen into the soil sprouts everywhere. We have been given the right to postpone our evolution, our own rebirth, if we do not understand the need. Basically, we are our own gardener. But the problem is there. Some representatives who are interested in humanity as a resource, just like we do with boiler chickens. This pyramid will be something to think about in terms of social, political, and personal life. It will be your homework to understand how you are using your true possessions in life in four phenomena: matters as a body, energy, knowledge, and self-manifestation. I can tell you one thing. The ancient civilizations were blooming as a lotus, spiritual lotus, under this knowledge. We forgot it all because from the blooming state we came to the state of dry box with the seeds still full of potential for a new beginning or probability to die. Like in the quantum world, we need an observer to define our state, wave-particle duality, life or death. The dry box of seeds is isolated from resonance and coherency to resurrect into new life cycle. Only the evolution progress will bring an observer to define the future. Look at your life laboratory from the top of your personal pyramid. Look at yourself through the eye of God. Unfortunately, we didn't evolve yet as a quantum consciousness beings to be entangled with the global consciousness of the Creator. We had a missing link with God within as an inner observer. That was an essential connection to evolve. In order to evolve, we need resonance and coherent cycles on a small and large scale among global and local consciousnesses to awaken the next living era. Through this resonance and coherence, we have to go as a collective consciousness, not as a single case. On the biggest scale, the cycle of blooming flowers and the dry seeds can be represented in the conditions of global and local consciousnesses. And this cycle explains the algorithm of the consciousness itself. The way how consciousness works in the universe represents coding and decoding in flow between conditions of information, energy, and matter. The seed is code, the flower is decoded, the words are the codes, and experiences are the keys to decoding. Knowledge is the state of unfolded information in action of its manifestation. Tell me, please, what algorithm our DNA use? Yes, we will talk about it in the future. I'm sure the knowledge I presented in the very short description is very profound and there is much more to tell. I would love to collaborate with a group of people to create a better presentation of knowledge that will identify what consciousness is and how our evolution fits in the evolution of the universe. And one more really important thing. We do not have to tap into energy source. We have to be in resonance with the evolution cycles of the universe. The resourcefulness in the universe created by the density of complementarity and mutual fulfillment like a fractal in fractal, fractal in fractal. So we have to look for this coherency and build the new density. And this is a profound knowledge I'm sharing with you today. I'm Anna Abramova and I'm on my journey to evolve.